How's it going, everyone? This is part 2 of going through slice fractions, so let's get right into it. So we're starting off with this little animation. Now, it was pointed out by a friend of mine that I referred to this creature as an elephant in the part 1, even though it is a mammoth. It's true, it is a mammoth. I have a bit of an inside joke with another friend that this is an elephant, so that's where that term came from, and I may continue calling it an elephant as we go. We'll see if that happens or not. So, we finished the symbol section, and we are on to fraction parts. Okay. So here we have 1/4 written in the typical way, right? And we have to slice off 1/4 of the square here to get rid of that piece of ice, right? Okay, so now we got to divide this into quarters. It's not as obvious as in the previous case what would make quarters here, right? So some of these cut lines are red herrings, so we ignore them, and there we go. All right, again, we have to determine, okay, that the one on the left is the one cut into quarters, and how to slice this so that only 1/4 falls off. So we could do this and then that, with the second slice being not all the way through. Okay, so more complicated shape. We want to cut it into quarters again, right? So first in half, and then the only way we are going to cut one of these in half is diagonally like this, right? And oh, you know what? Look at this. We actually need 3/4, but we only have 2/4 on the right side. So let's restart that. Okay, so only 1/4 cut off for the left, and the remaining 3/4 on the right. Badge of the denominator. Okay, denominator being the number below the horizontal line in the fraction. And I like this hat. We're going to keep it. Okay, so now we have 2/6 and 1/6. This is cut into 6 pieces. So let's cut off 1/6 from here, have that slide down. Then we pop this bubble to get it leaning the other way, and then we cut off 2/6. So a bit of mechanics there. All right, and our mammoth, also known as elephant, seems happy. Okay, now here they don't show you the cutting line, so it's up to us to understand what 3/6 is going to be, that is 1/2. Right, there we go. And 1/6 is going to be 1/3 of a half. There we go. Okay, so we have a bunch of little triangles here. Each is 1/6. And then we have 3/6 here, so we need 3 of these to fall. And then we're going to knock it over with that stone here. Let's see if this works. All right. Excellent. Okay. So we have 1/4, 2/4, and another 1/4. Well, the 2/4, let's slice that off right away. And then the remaining 2/4 we slice in half. So we have one on the left and one on the right. Okay, so now we need to cut this so that we have 5 9ths. It's already separated into 9ths for us, so this is more of a mechanics question. Let's see, if we, So these 3 that are connected to the chains, those won't fall unless we pop those bubbles. Let's see, if we do this and this, will that work? No, that's not going to work for us. Okay, let's play around with this and see what happens. Okay, so we want one of these to stay. So if we try that, and that, and this, and one more. There we go. Oh, I feel like that would have worked if we did it on a different swing. Let's try this again. There we go. All right. Okay, 2/4 and 1/4. Again, we get it approximately in half here. Cut this one in half to give us 1/4, and our 2/4 fall here. So far, these have been pretty straightforward. All right, 1/3. Okay, so here we have to know that the left one is the one cut into thirds, even though they're both cut into 3 pieces. So let's separate this from here. So we got the 2/3 hanging down and cut off one of those 2/3. There we go. And 2/3 again. Okay, so once again, we have to know that this one on the left is cut into thirds, and if we slice it like that, that should fall and give us what we need. Excellent. Badge of the numerator, okay, being the top number. And I like the previous hat more, but whatever, we'll stick to this one. I'll tend to stick to the new one each time. Okay, so here we want to set up this ramp here. The other way around, actually. Ha! Clever. Okay, so we want it to keep rolling down. So we actually want the lowest one dropping first, right? Then the one in the middle, and then the tallest one. That'll ensure that the ball keeps rolling. There, so it goes down the steps, or slides, kind of, rather than rolls. There we go. Okay, so we have a whole 1 over here. We need 1/4 and 1/2. See, here it's not simplifying it, or not simplifying it. It actually is simplifying it to 1/2 rather than saying 2/4, and it's up to the player to realize, oh, I see what's going on here. 2/4 would be 1/2. Okay, now I just noticed that this is a brick up here, not a bubble that we can pop, so that's actually not going to work for us. We're going to have to cut it like this. Okay, that way the entire half is going to drop when we pop this bubble, and then we need 1/4 from here, and there we go. Okay, so here it's not telling us what the question mark slices are. It's up to us to understand that 2 of them make 1/4, so each of these is 1/8, each of the question marks. And we have 2 clouds for 1/8 here, and then 1/4 over here, which is equivalent to 2/8. So let's do this. Okay, if we cut it like this, well, we can get 1/8 to slide down this way and get rid of the first cloud for us, and we get a second 1/8 to slide down like that, and then for 2/8 that'll give us the 1/4, and done. Okay, so now 1/4, an 1/8, and an 1/8. All right, and here it's already cut into quarters and 1/8 for us, and we have this this stone here, which would rotate and knock a piece of ice onto the far right cloud over here. So that's assuming we get one over there. Okay, let's try and do this. Okay, get 1/8 to drop here, solving that problem. And so see, now if we get 1/4 here, get this 1/8 to swing over there. There we go. Now when we pop this bubble, this 1/8 slice is going to be free, and this stone is going to rotate to smack it. There we go. Perfect. That was a good one. I like that. That was a clever puzzle. Okay. So interesting. Now things are a little bit different. So we first need to break... Okay, so if we pop this bubble, then the long ice piece is going to break the long fire piece, allowing things to fall, but then you see these little gray slices in here. They may also slide sideways and block the path. So it looks like we need the correct fractions to fall before we pop that central bubble. So let's do that. Okay, we need 1/2 from here. So there's a quarter, there's another quarter, and there's, well, sorry, the 2/8 will make another quarter, so that's 1/2. And then here, we also need 1/2, so there's a quarter, and there's another quarter. All right, so we got the 2/2 set up. Let's break this. Excellent. And as expected, these gray ones slide and block the path. Perfect. That was a good one too. Okay, what's going on here? We've got a quarter and an 1/8. And first we need to cut off a half to free that one. Let's see, will this quarter slide far enough? Or sorry, the 1/8 slides far enough. Good. Let's get another 1/8. Oh. Oh no, yeah, we do have enough. That's fine. Okay. Now here's the problem. This one will slide and miss that right cloud. Alright, so we're going to have to restart this and do things a little bit differently. So we're actually going to need to have an 1/8. No, that wasn't fast enough. So if we pop that, this thing slides down. Okay, so that's what we need to do. All right, so first we get rid of this half, then we send a quarter to fall where it needs to fall, then popping this bubble blocks the far path, so we can send an 1/8 here. Excellent. Badge of circles. Excellent. Alright, there's a little animation. I think that's enough for today. Oh, that's a cool hat too. Alright, and we got a nice cool hat. Let's finish the animation, and then the rest we'll see in part 3. So part 2 would make the player more comfortable with fractions the way they're actually meant to be written, and these kind of understandings like 2/6 is 1/3, right? A quarter is 2/8, that sort of thing. Okay, we saw a heart here. Is our elephant, aka Mammoth, in love with someone? Oh, what a cliffhanger to leave episode 2 on, right? Okay, rating. Let's not do that right now. Alright, comparison will be in part 3. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you next time.